Hello, welcome back to the Crafty Organizer. I'm Noreen Eppley, and I'm super excited to bring you my new crafting space. Many of you already know, but if you're new to the channel, I moved into a new house. Now, my craft space has evolved many times over the years. I first created my space back in 2018 with 3 little bookcases from Amazon. At the time, those were only about $30 a piece. Now they're going for almost $65, but they have served me incredibly well. They lasted through my original design of my office, as well as a flood, and they did absorb some water damage at the time, but they still withstood while I moved them several more times. My garage was where I had my home office in Long Beach, California. The door for the garage was open all of the time, so the sun was coming in, the air was coming in. Sometimes there would be dirt flying around. I moved them when I moved in with my husband in 2023. I can't believe we've been married a year already. And at that time, they definitely started showing signs of wear. These are just inexpensive melamine shelves, but I tacked some more wood on the back and I tried to make them last just a little bit longer. But when we bought our home in Kentucky and it came time to move them again, I knew they would not be able to withstand a 2,000-mile drive. So I decided not to keep those melamine shelves. Now, I didn't want to buy anything. The space that I'm moving into was a nice big bedroom. It had 2 beautiful windows. The purple ceiling was a little much for me, so I did repaint that. My husband had a china cabinet that belonged to his family for a long time. He had no plans on using it for a china hutch in the house, so I decided to use it in my craft room. Anytime I can reuse an item and repurpose it for a need that I have, to me, that is so much better. We also had this little cabinet in a bathroom. It looked like a changing table in the bathroom, and there were no shelves or anything underneath, so it really only served as a catch-all counter. So I decided to bring that into my craft room so that it would become the future home of my We Create laser machine. Now, I did play with layouts a couple of times in here while I decided what to do. I ultimately decided to take the doors off and paint that china cabinet. And then I decided instead of going for the warm tones, I'm going to stick with the black and white Dollar Tree paper that I love so much. And this is the layout I ultimately decided on. So here is what the space is looking like right now. This is walking into my office, and I absolutely love the feel of it. The black and white against that blue, it's always been what calls to me the most, even though I've changed it out a few times. I'm so happy to have my Chase Lounge in here again because my little puppy Yzma loves it. This beadboard wall, or batten, whatever you want to call it, is a favorite of mine, but they didn't put any type of a topper on it. So I got some little slats of wood. I used Dollar Tree chalk paint and painted those wood pieces. I used some wood glue and just ran a simple bead along the top of that beadboard. Then I took my nailer, but you could do the same thing with some small finishing nails and a hammer, and I just attached it into the boards on the wall. Now to finish this off, I just took some acrylic caulk and ran a bead and then wiped it so it would be smooth. I did this all the way along the entire top just to finish this accent wall off. Then I got some little hooks and I decided to space those out evenly so that I would have a place to hang some of the things I'll need in my office, one of those being lights when I film, but I also like hanging things like decor when I'm working on it, or if I'm using any type of in-between projects, I can hang them on the wall. Now, the bookcases are such a foundation for my craft room. It gives me the space for all of my boxes that contain the zones. You know I love my bullseye zones, but the boxes hold all of my individual supplies and allows me to have easy access when I am sitting at my desk. Now, the rest of this, when you scope out, is going to be a work in progress, and I'm going to bring you along with me for that. This is the bedroom closet, and I did add a couple of shelves. It is certainly not finished, but I'm going to be sharing this process with you. I want to house my printer and my Cricut inside, so I did put in a little pegboard so that I could hang my tools, and I want the underneath to house the things that I'll be working on. I did get a plug in there, and that allows me to attach my light when I'm using it. And speaking of my light, Behind the door, there's about 8 inches of dead space. So this allowed me to put up hooks for my jackets, and it gives me the perfect space to put my laser level and my lights when I'm not using them. It's easy enough for me to just plug them in, turn it on, and when I'm done, I can just slide it right back behind the door so it's out of the way and I can unplug it. Now this was that bathroom cabinet, and again, this is going to be the perfect home for my laser because it's large and heavy, and all of the blanks that I have can neatly fit underneath. And what's great about this is it was meant to be a sink cabinet, so it already doesn't have a back, which means I can plug my laser right inside and have access. This was a curbside find I found last December, and I posted this on my Facebook page asking what it was. I did do some Google searching and I found it's supposed to be a merchandise thread box. So if you went into like a general store, you would go to this box, go to the manufacturer and be able to pull out the threads that you want for purchase. It's a reproduction, but I love it and I want to repurpose it for something in my craft room. And I'm so on the fence because I love the way it looks. Part of me wants to leave it alone, but the crafter DIYer in me wants to repaint it, do some sort of customized label that fits inside those long oval spots. So let me know your opinion on this. Would you leave it alone or would you change it? I'm so torn. Regardless of what I do, it does sit on this little shelf that I put on the side. It'll probably hold tools for my Cricut and laser, but underneath will allow me to have the air purifier that goes with the laser. Now this is another area that's going to be a work in progress. This is underneath that sewing table where my computer is. It's a mess with wires, but it leaves this open spot behind. And since I don't know what desk I'm going to get yet, I'm going to leave that alone. But it does mean that I have a few shelves left over that can be better utilized, and I will be letting you know what I do with those once I find my permanent desk. Another reason I want a different desk is this has these cute small drawers on both sides, but they're very deep and long, and it's really hard to organize things in there. So temporarily, I put this box on my desk that allows me to have my stapler, my pens, pencils, other things. And again, this is the china cabinet that allows me to have those most used items, and then my boxes and magazine holders that I love using for organizing are displayed nicely around, but still easy for me to have access to. If you've not watched any of my videos before where I talk about my bullseyes or my zones, please check out one of my past videos that really dives in and explains them. But this system has held up for me and works so well. I modify it every once in a while, but I have the things I need at the bottom and the things that I love and inspire me at the top. I don't know about you guys, but I love seeing things out that inspire me. I also use the decor items that I use throughout the house, and I put them up top so I'm still using them, but whenever I'm ready to freshen up my decor, I shop from the various parts of my house and just keep cycling it out. So it acts as storage until I'm ready to use it again in a different part of my house. The bottom of this china cabinet I haven't painted yet because I want to finish some shelves inside. So once I figure out how I'm going to create the storage inside, because right now I'm just tossing things in there and it's a mess. So until I decide how I'm creating that storage, I'm going to leave it the color it is, but eventually I'm probably going to paint that white. Now, the thing I love the most about this room is there's 2 windows, one right here where the laser machine is, and one in this corner, which allows in so much natural light. I haven't gotten to craft yet, but you guys, I am chomping at the bit to start creating in this room because I love it. All of the natural light is amazing, and I'm so excited to bring you on the journey. But here's what it looks like outside of this window. Even in the dead of winter, the snow finally just melted. We were under snow for almost 3 weeks, and lordy, do I need to wash these windows. But even through all of that, the backyard is just so beautiful. And once it's warm enough and I can open up these windows, I'll get to hear those little birdies chirping, which I absolutely love. Coming up, I'm going to be sharing how I make over my coffee bar. You guys know I love my coffee bars, so I'm going to be remaking this one. And I hope that you'll hit like and subscribe on this video so that you'll know when I post that coffee bar. I appreciate you guys being patient. I have been remiss in getting my regular videos out, but this has been a lot more work than even I was prepared for. And we need to go back to California to prep the house that we have there for selling. So I'm going to be a little inconsistent for just a little bit longer. I've got 2 videos that I'm going to be posting. And then once that house is finally on the market, hopefully I will be able to become a regular poster again. So I appreciate your patience so much. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.